Okay, let's start. SAP Business Planning and Consolidation 11 version for BW for HANA and embedded model. This is the course we are going to start from tomorrow. This is BPC 11, also called as BPC 11. Yeah, and also if you see here, one heading is there, BPC optimized for S4 HANA 1610. Right. This is based on BPC 10.1. BPC optimized for S4 HANA 1610 based on NetWeaver BPC 10.1. BPC 11 is based on BW for HANA. Let's understand what I'm going to cover in this course and what is the difference between these two products. So I'm just opening the course content. The course content has been changed. There are so many new techniques, new objects added based on BW for HANA. We need to understand those things. Now, all the modeling based on BW modeling tools. So we need to understand what are the objects we need to create in the BW modeling tools. Also, the query creation. Now, the query is created in this particular Eclipse based tool. We'll understand all those things. So let's open the course content. First thing is BPC optimized for S4HANA. So this course, basically I'm concentrating on these gray color boxes. What I mean, if the customer implemented SAP S4HANA or the customer is implementing S4HANA, then we will implement BPC optimized for S4HANA, this particular product. So the backend of this particular product, SAP S4HANA, backend, let's say BW is embedded in this particular SAP S4HANA. The version of the BPC is BPC 10.1 add-on for S4HANA. Remember this one, if the customer system is SAP S4HANA or normal BW system, let's say your customer is having ECC system, on top of that they have BW system, then they can go for BPC 10.1. This is the case. So we are going to cover this case, this particular product SAP BPC optimized for S4HANA, and the content is basically we will understand what is BPC S4HANA. In that some lessons are there, some exercises are there, we will understand those. And data structures. In S4HANA, BPC optimized for S4HANA, real-time data, master data and transaction data. We are going to understand what is this real-time master data structures, what is this transaction data structures, plan data structures, and also they introduced one table, AC doc P. We are going to understand what is the use of this particular AC doc P table. Now, there are some standard content available for this particular data structures, views, and HANA related objects. When you activate S4 HANA Finance add-on, there are some views in HANA, they are enabled. Now, if the customer is having specific requirement, let's say you want to enhance the standard calculation views for the master data enhancements or transaction data enhancements. So what to do, what to be done? If some master data you want to maintain irrespective of ECC, that means there are some new products which are not possible in ECC system. For planning, you want to use those new products. That type of things I will explain how to enable this calculation views or how to enhance this calculation views, that I will cover here in this provision for customer specific HANA calculation views. Here, because it is based on BPC 10.1, I can show you real-time info cubes creation, virtual info cubes creation, multi-provider. We will take one example of example scenario. For that example scenario, we will create real-time info cubes, virtual info cubes, multi-providers, aggregation levels, planning queries. These are basically planning objects. These objects we are going to create, and there are some other planning application kit functions like planning filter, planning functions, planning sequences. You can also create input template using planning sequences and also Fox formulas like logic scripts in BPC standard. Here you can use Fox formulas. We are going to cover Fox formulas. The front end tool is analysis for office workbook. So we are going to discuss analysis for office workbooks. How to prepare this analysis for office workbooks for planning layouts. Also, there are some other things like creating models in BPC, creating environments in BPC, creating work status, audit, security related stuff for BPC embedded that we are going to discuss in this particular SAP BPC optimized for S/4HANA based on 1610. Version is 1610. This is the first product I am talking about here. This is as a BPC optimized for S/4HANA. So in this we are going to understand how the standard content is activated, how the standard content is enhanced for S/4HANA products or S/4HANA system. The second product we are going to discuss BPC 11 embedded planning version for BW for HANA. As you know, BW for HANA is the new BW tool. Yeah, it is a replica of this particular BW, but the way of creating objects and new objects are introduced based on HANA columnar storage. So we are going to understand what are the new objects available in BW for HANA, how the loading happens from the source system to BW for HANA, and on top of that, how the planning happens in BPC 11 based on this particular BW for HANA objects. So in this particular course, there is no standard book available currently. So from SAP, it is recently released. Documentation is not available, but whatever old documentation is there, that I can provide it to you. If SAP releases any documentation, then based on that I can give you some documentation. Currently, I'm going to prepare the documentation and I'm going to give you the configuration steps and related information. So this BPC 11, so that's why I have not mentioned any course book. It is uh, it is latest, so still waiting for the updated books. Now, overview of the embedded solution. Next thing, second unit, embedded components, BPC 11 embedded components. In BPC 11, the planning happens based on advanced data store objects. There are types of advanced data store objects. Those are created in BW modeling tools. So we are going to understand what is this advanced data store object and how can I use these advanced data store objects for planning. Now we can create composite providers. So this is one more item in BW for HANA, composite provider. You can add more than.
Hello, I'm Sudhakar.
Yes, Sudhakar. Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, good. We just started. Yeah, I will recap at the end, or I will share the recording of this. I'm recording this one. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that will be great. I've been traveling and I just joined the meeting only, so I'll be just listening. Okay.
Okay. Not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead.
So in BW for HANA, composite providers can be created. So 2, 3 ADSOs or some views and ADSOs can combine, and even ODS views can be connected, and we can create composite providers. These composite providers I can use for planning. BPC planning. So on top of composite providers, we can create some planning objects like aggregation levels. Whatever planning layouts we want, input templates we want, we can use Query Designer in BW for HANA. So Eclipse based tool set is there, which is called as BW modeling tools. So using BW modeling tools, we can create this queries planning layouts. We can create planning functions, planning filters, Fox formulas. Here in this particular BPC 11 embedded components, we are going to discuss these things. Characteristics relationships. So this is a very important aspect in BPC embedded. So the relationship, based on the relationship, let's say cost center, profit center relationship, company code and cost center relationship. Based on this relationship, you can generate combinations. Based on those combinations, user can plan the data. That characteristic relationships based on master data, based on transaction data also you can enable. So you can create some DSOs based on that. You can enable these characteristic relationships. So we are going to discuss this characteristic relationship. This is very important topic, characteristic relationship. I am going to cover based on master data, based on transaction data. How can generate the combination. In BPC 11, we can create environments models. We are going to discuss how the BPC embedded environments and models are created. There are new objects available in BPC 11, local providers, workspaces, and also we can maintain some master data in BPC directly. We are going to discuss managing master data in BPC 11. We have all the exercises here. Modeling ADSOs, composite providers, aggregation levels, planning enabled queries, functions, filters, characteristic relationships, and also we are going to set up comments. So this is comment is a very good functionality in BPC. So how to enable these comments in BPC 11 embedded model using some ADSOs, using some characteristic as key figure, we are going to enable this particular comments. I'm going to discuss how to we are going to enable this particular scenario, setting up comments using ADS1 composite providers. We are going to create some local providers, and in BPC directly you can create local characteristics and hierarchies. We can maintain directly master data directly in BPC, and we can use workspaces. So we are going to discuss details of these things, and we are going to execute these scenarios in the system. And also BPC for BPC 11 embedded, we are going to discuss how the work status, audit, and security works. Administering BW planning transport. So once the developments are done, how the environment can be transported. If you have any gaps or if you want to implement some complex calculations, how we can use ABAP managed database procedures. AMDP means ABAP managed database procedures. So these database procedures we are going to discuss how to enable this AMDP. So you will understand the concept of this AMDP. So the whatever language ABAP or SQL procedures. So how to where to write those procedures, where to write this your ABAP code classes and all these things. I will explain the process. You will understand here how to execute this AMDB process. You will understand. So based on that, exercises will be there. SAP analysis for Office. It is the front end. We are going to discuss the front end, and in BPC 11, how the business process flows works. BPF works. Web reporting in BPC 11, you have web reporting, same like earlier. So some changes are there. We are going to discuss those changes and we are going to execute some reports. Now, if you see here, the architecture of this BW for HANA, BPC 11 on BW for HANA, the customer, whatever is there in the blue color boxes, that is basically BW for HANA based BPC. Here, you should this BW for HANA should be installed separately. On top of that, this particular BPC 11 BW for HANA add-on should be there. And so it should have HANA. So that the BW modeling tools. Yeah, this is the architecture of this particular BW for HANA. Now, this is Now you understand the course content. There are two products, 1610. Yeah, this is based on SAP BPC optimized for S/4HANA 1610. This we are going to cover in this system. In this, you will understand if your customer is having S/4HANA, how BPC can be implemented. In BPC 11, you will understand if your customer is having BW for HANA, right? How this particular BPC 11 can be implemented. Now, you might have questions in your mind. You can, it's open for questions. You can uh, ask me the questions. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sudhakar.
Yes.
Hey, one quick question is um, I previously heard that like there are two variants in BBC. One is for Microsoft, another is for a regular variant. Is that still true?
Yeah. Still, that is there. That is talking about BPC standard. When I'm talking about BPC standard, that is a separate product. BPC Classic. There are two versions. One is a Microsoft, another one is NetWeaver. So this course
So
is
this,
not covering both.
yeah, this course.
Not covering the both. So this course is not covering BPC Classic related stuff. The BPC embedded is only we are going to cover only BPC embedded, which is based on this is separate integrated planning technology based on integrated planning technology. It is a separate product, no relationship with that product.
Okay. Suppose if I go into a project which is having BW on HANA, where they're using BPC, then does this knowledge is suitable? I mean, I'm pretty new to this BPC product. That's
Exactly.
why maybe my questions are like rudimentary.
Yeah. So if your customer is having BW for HANA, on top
On
of that,
HANA.
yeah, on HANA, on top of that, they can install the BPC add-on. It can be 10.1. Yeah. So that is covered here.
Okay, so if I go through this training, I will be able to handle the one which is there in the BPC 10.0 also,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So this one is like in a generic one where I can use analysis office tool and then use as a reporting tool. So I'm still slightly confused because with the classical product. I mean, so the BPC has evolved in such a way that we don't need the classical way which was there previously. Now, if I go for BW for HANA, a BPC on BW for HANA.
It's not like that. It's the customer
Uh,
choice, which one they want to implement, or it's the consultant choice, which one he is proposing. See, basically,
okay.
SAP started with BPC, standard classic product. It was a good product, and the front end also good, which was EPM add-in. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
it was on BW or BW on HANA, right? Or BW for
Yeah.
HANA, whatever the product, it is still existing. If you use S4
Yeah.
HANA, if you use BW for HANA, BPC standard as a product still available. Still, I can use it
Okay.
for legal consolidation and financial planning. And the
Okay.
front end is EPM add-in. It's already there. Now,
Mhm.
this BPC standard, I have to load the data. So I have to take the data from the source system via BW. I have to load the data. Yeah.
Mhm.
So if my customer want real-time data, right?
Mhm.
And there are some other benefits, totally integrated product. Yeah. Then I can go
Mhm.
for BPC 11 embedded. So in BPC 11, I can do quantity-based planning also. BPC 11
Okay.
standard is very good for financial planning. In BPC 11 embedded, you can do other plannings which are based on quantities and some other calculations are there.
Okay. Okay.
So both
So
whatever
that
financial planning you are doing in BPC 11 standard, that can be implemented in BPC embedded also. So
okay. Okay.
once the person knows BPC standard and BPC 11 embedded, yeah, they can decide which one can be used for a particular scenario.
Okay. Okay. So one more thing is so how much of finance knowledge is to be needed for in order to go pursue any BPC course. I'm a BW consultant. I'm having real experience in BW on but unfortunately most of the scenarios that I have worked on is on OTC and MM and mostly on technical part of HANA basically. So HANA modeling and all stuff. So if a person like me, if we want to get into BPC, like um, do I have to first invest time in learning some of the basics of finance module, or is it something covered in this course, or it's completely which I have to put effort differently?
Yeah, if you are when you're learning BPC 11 embedded, whatever required knowledge, let's say finance knowledge, so that is not mandatory, that is optional. Because using BPC embedded, not only financial planning, you can implement manpower planning, cost center planning, and whatever capital expenditure planning, all those plannings. For those, yes, without finance knowledge also you can go for that. And financial planning, if you want to go for financial planning also, whatever basics you want, I can share the documentation. I prepared one presentation for financial planning, so that helps you
Okay.
to prepare to work on financial planning. That's not a major issue.
Okay.
Uh,
So major thing that is covered in this course is about
Embedded
is
planning.
is a tool basically, right?
Yeah, tool. Yes, correct. Yeah, some.
Okay. Okay.
Kiran, it's Asad here.
Yes.
I have a question. Uh, 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 but when SAP is going to stop the support for the BPC standard? Is it in 2025,
No,
2023, or what's their plan? So that we can plan accordingly and align ourselves with that.
see, one point here. SAP is not going to stop support for BPC standard. They are giving two products to the customer: BPC standard and BPC embedded. Both the
No, I
products
tell
will.
you one thing. But here I have met a lot of SAP pre-sales and SAP sales guys.
Hmm.
They are emphasizing mostly on SAP S/4HANA,
Hmm.
SAP BW, and embedded.
Hmm.
They are emphasizing on it, and they are discouraging the sale of the classic BPC. That's my concern.
So there will be so many. See, SAP never tells what they are going to do in the future. Yeah. So it is both the because I worked on both the products. I know both the products are required. So those will be available as per my opinion in the future also. Both
Okay.
will be available.
Because why I'm telling this, because the last that their last sales meeting in Spain in I think in January or February.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, December, January, their last final sales meeting in which they prepared the whole strategy. The
Okay.
key point of that their strategy in that meeting was to promote S/4HANA, SAP Cloud. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I understood. There might be lot of new technology things. One thing I will tell you, nothing can beat EPM add-in. There is a front end for BPC standard, which is EPM add-in, which gives very flexibility to the user. Okay, that cannot be replaced. But we will stop this part of things. Whether SAP is going to support BPC standard or not, that we will discuss later. So if you have any
Next.
questions on BPC embedded, just ask me. My answer is for that is
Okay.
yes, they will support. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how different is the Fox code? I mean, I'm totally new. So
It's
so Fox code is something, is it ABAP based or what it is?
it is do you know logic scripts in BPC standard? Have you worked on a BPC?
No,
No, right. So
no,
it's
I have not worked on BBC at all.
so this is as a consultant when you are learning BPC embedded, you can write this Fox formulas. I will give the details. I will explain detailedly how to write this formulas. It is not ABAP code. It is as a consultant you can as a functional consultant you can write it.
Okay, it is not ABAP based at all.
No, not ABAP. Not ABAP.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Hey, Kiran,
okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Ras.
Yeah.
I heard everything you said, but one question: this BPC planning and BPC consolidation.
Hmm.
I don't hear the word consolidation ever. Number one. Number two, um, the terminology classic, standard, embedded. I'm kind of lost. Can you please shed some light to connect the dots again?
Sure. So it is covering only planning side. This particular course is covering only planning side, embedded planning, because this course will take more than 30 hours. if we cover only exercises, even then it takes more than 30 hours. Consolidation, I'm going to start next month. Embedded consolidation, real-time consolidation, I'm going to start next month. It will take another 30 hours. So it's a separate course. So that is the first point. Second point is,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm talking about now BPC standard and BPC embedded. So see, basically what happens, you have S4 HANA, right? So this S4 HANA will have embedded BW in this embedded BW. So in this embedded BW, you can use BPC. Using this BPC embedded, you can use BPC standard. So BPC standard, which was the product? Let's say SAP. Kindly mute all, please. Whomever talking, just unmute yourself, please. It's disturbing. Kindly mute, please. Yeah. So here you have BPC standard. You can install on top of this S4 HANA. You can install BPC standard product and BPC embedded product. Here you have BPC embedded. So BPC standard, when SAP bought Outlook Soft, right? Outlook Soft was the company which created this BPC product for planning and legal consolidation. So this is the original BPC product, right? Now this can be implemented using S4HANA embedded BW. Also BPC embedded can be installed, can be implemented. The original product of this BPC embedded is integrated planning. In BW, there was a product called BIIP. So using that BIIP plus some good functionalities of BPC standard like BPF, work status audit, right? Integrated planning plus BPF's work status and audit called as BPC embedded. Remember, both are two separate products. There is no relationship between these two products. Some of the good functionalities of BPC standard is used in BPC embedded. So these are the two products. So this is separate. You have to learn separately. Separate jobs are there for this. BPC embedded, you can say SAP says it's delta on top of this BPC standard, but it's a separate product. You can learn this product. Separate projects are there. Separate jobs are there for this. Second scenario is BW for HANA. So this is the first one. Second scenario is BW for HANA. So for this platform is SAP HANA platform or BW for HANA or BW whatever. Here also you can have, if you have HANA, yeah, you can have BPC standard, same thing, and BPC embedded. BPC embedded. And one more point here, if the customer is having only BW, not on HANA, BW, okay, then they can go for BPC standard only. They cannot go for BPC embedded. So for BPC embedded, BW on HANA or BW for HANA or S for HANA is applicable. If your customer is having Oracle database or DB2 database for BW or BW, then they cannot go for BPC embedded. They can go for only BPC standard. So these are the two things.
so Kiran, this is Sagar again. So right now in my project, what happens is we do have S4 HANA and we do have,
Voice is breaking.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
No, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Once again.
Yeah. So can you repeat the question? Your voice sometimes, I mean, we can't hear you. Entire thing, entire question. Can you repeat? Just
Yeah.
check whether you are using mic or not. Headset. Can you use headset?
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I
Yes.
can.
So in our current necessities, we have HANA and we also have BW for HANA.
Okay. S for HANA and BW for HANA. Okay, tell me. Yeah. So, yes.
But, yeah.
Okay, then if that is the case, what you have to do, probably you are using, right? So whatever planning. So when the customer is having both BW for HANA, S for HANA, then which one to be used? You might be having this particular question. It's a
Exactly.
yeah. So basically, what SAP did, right? When you have S4 HANA, in ECC,
Yeah.
right? There was some planning. Let's say KP06, which is cost center planning, internal ladder planning, like that. There are some transaction codes where you can do planning in ECC earlier, KP06, KP26, and WBS based planning, internal ladder planning, like this. So for that, they have enabled some content, planning content,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that can be enabled for workflow, audit, and these things. You can use BPC embedded. Yeah, BPC embedded. So this is standard content. You can activate the standard content. The users who are using this S4 HANA ECC system, they can do this their planning here. Yeah, and you might have some other system. Let's say your customer is having some ECC EHP7 system. Yeah, and also your customer is having some non-SAP systems, right? Non-SAP systems. So your BW for HANA, whatever the product license you have BW for HANA, that is installed separately, BW for HANA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So total data from these three things can be transferred to BW for HANA, right? Here again,
Yeah.
consolidated. It's like central BPC system can be implemented here on top of this
Oh,
BPC level. Here you can create all the scenarios, whatever scenarios you have. So here
okay.
I'm only content you can activate, but all the entire which is applicable for your non-SAP systems, SAP systems, some planning scenarios are applicable, right? That you can create it on BW for HANA using BPC 11 embedded system.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions from other participants?
Yeah, Kiran, this is
Yep.
are you going to teach plus as well?
Sorry.
Business rule framework.
Come again. Repeat the.
No, BRF plus because of in the S4 HANA, they are asking the
This is the
most of.
integration point. This is integration point. There might be some how-to documents. We will check the how-to documents. ERF is not covered here. That's a separate.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And are you going to provide the recordings as well?
So this okay. Let's see the course. I will give you the details of this course. So I'm not going to cover. I'm not going to record the sessions. No recording sessions. I'm not going to record the sessions. So now you can say like there might be some questions if I miss the class, if I'm not going to continue the sessions. See, every month SAP is going to release new functionalities and so many enhancements are happening. So you can repeat the sessions, right? So repeat the sessions one time. First time you attended, you are not clear, then you can attend the next time. Still, if you have any questions, if I agree, you can attend the next time also. 2-3 times you can attend. Now, I will give now. How can you practice? I will give you configuration steps. Whatever I'm doing, every click I will give you as part of this particular configuration steps. So there are configuration steps for S4 HANA 1610 and also BPC 11. I will create because this nothing is available from SAP side for this new technology BPC 11. I will prepare the configuration steps and documentation, and I will provide it for you. So this is documentation side. So now every week we have 4 sessions. India, Monday to Friday, which is for US. This will be same for USA. It is Sunday to Thursday. The session time currently, okay, it's decided India 5:30 a.m. IST. Yeah, same time how you connected now. India 5:30 a.m. IST. It's decided. If some issues are there, we can think about the timing. But currently, day 1 session fixed for 5:30 a.m. IST, and here 8 p.m. EDT. The same 5:30 a.m. IST is 8 p.m. EDT in US. Yeah.
Thank you, Guru.
And yeah, any other questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
So this is going to last for how many weeks?
Yeah. Okay.
Like
So
four sessions per week, and
four sessions per week. Let's say every week we covered 4 hours session. Yeah. It will take 8 weeks. Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks. And this will cover only the planning part, not the consultation part.
Yeah, it's cover only planning part, not the consultation part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the fee structure?
Fee now decided 30,000 INR. In this 30,000
Okay.
INR, it is not included the server related access. Server, third party vendor. So you have
Sorry,
to.
can you repeat that if you don't mind?
So trainer fees is 30,000 INR, which is for the exercises and lectures. Server is separate.
Okay.
They might take $50 per month.
Okay, $50 per month.
It is BPC 11 server is available. That they might take $50 per month. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
That's all.
Kiran,
Yeah.
the server you also arrange, or you have to go to third party for that?
Yeah. Whatever server I'm using, you can go for that. I can give you some other. I mean, I have one vendor who is providing good service. So you can go for with him, or if you have any other vendor, you can go. So whatever I implemented in the system, you can implement it. You can implement it in any server, not a problem.
No, it will be convenient if we use the same server actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the people are providing BW, S4 HANA, BPC, BW for HANA, and BW objects. Business objects, all those things. So monthly $50 is okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Now,
Hello, Kiran. This is Sridhar.
Yes, Sridhar.
Kiran, would you be covering the implementation training as well in this, the BPC 11 implementation?
No. Implementation training, I'm only covering BPC standard. The same scenarios applicable here. Whatever we are doing in BPC standard, the same real-time things are applicable here. That's why I'm not repeating. So this is kind of product training, not implementation training. But I will give you all the details. Wherever applicable, I will explain the required consulting knowledge for that particular area. Only one
Can
scenario.
you please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you please share us the syllabus? What all things should be covered?
Yeah. So this is the in this particular. I'm recording this session right here. I told what are the things I'm going to cover. I will share this recording. Will be our this thing course content. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions from other participants?
Kiran, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's not a question. I just want to know when you are going to start the BPC standard training.
So currently one session is going, which will take 2 more weeks to complete. So after 2 weeks, you can say.
Okay. Kiran, just need a guidance from you. Very simple. I'm by qualification, I'm a chartered accountant. I have a very strong finance background.
Yeah.
I have attended. I have not attended, but I have studied a lot about BPC standard.
Okay.
So we have already discussed that I should go for the BPC standard, then I should go for the BPC embedded. Is it a good path for me to become the good BPC consultant?
Exactly, because BPC standard will have legal consolidation and planning also, like
Planning.
balance sheet planning, cash flow planning, and P&L statement planning.
Okay.
That requires finance knowledge. Also, what I suggest, first you go for BPC standard, then you go for real-time consolidation.
Okay.
Instead, this BPC embedded planning. Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you also do the sessions for real-time consolidation.
Yeah. It will. I will start once these sessions are stabilized. I will start in 1 month. Within 1 month, I will
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
Hey, Kiran, this is Sudhakar.
yes, Sudhakar.
So hey, as I was traveling, so I'm going to sign off now. You said you're going to provide a recording of this particular section, right?
No recordings. This session, yeah, this particular session I will send. Yeah, I will publish
Yeah,
it.
for this one.
And I will share the link. Tomorrow we have with the same time, same meeting with me. Yeah.
Okay. And I will go through that one more time. I will get back to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions from other participants?
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Kiran, this is Sridhar here.
Yes, Sridhar.
One last question.
Yeah, Sridhar.
Can we record the sessions, Kiran, going forward?
Sridhar, I am not recording these BPC embedded sessions. Whatever. See, other than BPC standard, I will not record any other sessions. Let's say S/4HANA Finance, I will not record. BPC embedded, I will not record. Real-time consolidation, I will not record.
Okay. Is that like we can record it from our side?
You can. Yeah. I will not. I mean, so the main concept is I don't want to encourage people to record, or I don't want to give the recordings.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to attend again. It's a live session. You can attend. No need to pay 2 times, 3 times. Only one time you pay and attend one more time. Not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Kiran.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm ending the meeting. Any questions? Please write an email. Tomorrow, same time, same meeting request. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good night.
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.